Topic 1. Headlines reflect broad market volatility and reshuffling across finance, tech, and geopolitics. Asian markets have been reshuffled by an AI-led rally. Taiwan's FTSE TWSE and South Korea's KOSPI have outpaced India in market cap and performance, with Taiwan approaching nearly $5 trillion in market capitalization and Korea-Taiwan overtaking India. AI-driven concentration of capital lifted semiconductor and AI names, TSMC, Samsung, SK Hynix. While India lacked large AI beneficiaries, India's domestic consumption momentum, weaker rupee, softer job quality, and profit concerns accelerated foreign outflows, about $27.6 billion net selling year-to-date, exceeding an annual $18.9 billion figure cited, and India's MSCI weight has fallen from the 20% range to about 11%. Valuation and earnings worries amplified selling. India's forward PE near 21x versus Korea's 9x, and profit downgrades plus Middle East cost risks heightened foreign selling. At the same time, short-term profit-taking hit semiconductor and big tech names, Broadcom, Micron, ARM, NVIDIA. Financial and liquidity stress emerged. SoftBank's large leveraged bet on AI OpenAI exposed concentrated portfolio and debt risks. Interest-bearing debt cited 16.3 trillion yen and an S&P negative outlook. Private markets showed strain with redemption limits at firms like Partners Group and weakness in Blackstone KKR, while geopolitics in the Middle East pushed oil inflation and central bank FX policy risks, altogether driving market volatility and structural reallocation. Topic 2. SpaceX preparing a blockbuster stock market debut, targeting a roughly $1.77 trillion valuation. SpaceX is aiming for a NASDAQ listing that values the company at about $1.77 trillion, offering roughly 555.56 million shares at a fixed $135 per share to raise up to about $75 billion in the offering. Elon Musk would retain effective control through Class B shares with 10 votes each, about 82.4% voting power, potentially making him the world's first trillionaire if the price holds, and proceeds are earmarked for AI, rockets, Starlink satellite expansion, and acquisitions. The company currently reports operating losses, about $2.6 billion, against revenue about $18.7 billion, filed a fixed offering price rather than a typical range, and plans retail availability via brokers such as Schwab, Fidelity, Robinhood, SoFi, and E-Trade. Ticker SPCX is planned. A successful listing would place SpaceX among the largest public companies by market cap and could influence the IPO prospects and valuations of other large AI firms like Anthropic and OpenAI. Topic 3. Major personnel upheaval at 60 Minutes. 3 correspondents were fired, prompting internal chaos and public accusations. CBS's 60 Minutes has undergone a major personnel shakeup after Bari Weiss became editor, with chief producer Tanya Simon dismissed and reporters Sharon Alphonse and Cecilia Vega removed, followed by the firing of veteran anchor Scott Pelley after a heated clash with management. New leadership, executive producer Nick Bilton and Bari Weiss, with limited broadcast experience, pushed sweeping changes that provoked deep internal unrest. Staff report that trust and mutual respect have been broken, creating widespread uncertainty. Pelley publicly accused Weiss of pressuring producers to inject politically influenced or unverified content, claims CBS denies, while Weiss says she tried to reconcile and that the dismissals were justified. The episode highlights broader fractures in legacy newsrooms amid leadership change and ownership shifts, including Skydance Paramount moves, raising serious questions about 60 Minutes' future direction, credibility, and the status of remaining correspondents. Topic 4. Analysts warn that Iran's leverage over the Strait of Hormuz remains a durable factor for energy security and global trade. Iran has demonstrated that a limited missile and drone capability can effectively threaten or close the Strait of Hormuz, and analysts warn this leverage will remain durable regardless of way.